Hello and welcome or welcome back to A Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I'm Jeff, and today we are going to continue building the Ninjago City Markets, which is set number 71799. We are on part 9, and I have all the pieces laid out for the rest of this building. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to do it because I am on a time constraint. I got to be somewhere a little bit later, so we're just going to take this as far as we can go. And if we get it done today, great. But if we don't, hey, I got pieces laid out for tomorrow's live stream. So let's get to it. This is where we're at. If you guys would, by the way, drop a like or a comment on this video and subscribe if you haven't already. I will tell you that YouTube has changed the algorithm, and if you don't like, and if you don't have some sort of engagement, which is a like or a comment, it doesn't count. So yeah, if you would please, like it or leave a comment. And if you just want to leave a comment that says comment, that's fine. I also, if you want to, I lost my train of thought there. Sorry. But if you want to just tell me where you're from, that's what it is. I'm sorry. I'm not asking for your address, just like a country will do. And just leave that in the comment. That helps. I'm going to push this aside because the thing we're building goes right here, and we don't need this in our way until this is done, which is going to be way down the road. And John says, I shared you out. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I read it wrong the first time, but I got you just now. Let me set this aside. So, John, how's your morning going? My morning's going pretty well. I was up late last night getting this done because I could see the end of the pile, and I was just like, dang it, I got to keep going because I got to get it done. And that's something that has kind of always plagued me. I'm almost the opposite of a procrastinator. I'm the kind of person, if I start something, I don't want to stop until it's finished. So it's kind of a problem sometimes. But anyway, I don't think it's a bad problem to have because it means I like to complete things. So this is kind of like a radio tower to this building that we're building right now. I heard some good jokes. Unfortunately, they're not YouTube approved, so I'm not comfortable sharing them, but you guys know I like my jokes, and I also like my News of the Weird, which we do have some of that today. In fact, we got more than just some of it. Brand new column comes out today on Thursday, and we didn't get through last week's during the stream, so we've got a few of those we can go over. And I do like the News of the Weird, just because most of them are just funny, and it's fun to see how other people who are very dysfunctional think. Not that I'm trying to make fun of anybody, but sometimes people are just very dysfunctional. All right, let's do a News of the Weird. Oh boy, that's definitely not what I'm looking for. Where'd it go? Well, I must have accidentally. That's right, I had to reboot my computer yesterday. Oh, dang it. I had it pulled up, but it'll only take a second. And before we do the News of the Weird, I'd also like to show you why we've spent so much time doing this. Hey, Hoarder, how you doing? Let's see. I'm going to go to lego.com, and I will show you. I ordered the new Ninjago set, and I know I've said it before, but it means a lot more when you can actually see it instead of just take my word for it. So let me pull this up. My mouse is not cooperating with me. Let's see. Okay. Oh, here it is. All right, I'm just pulling this up, let you guys know what we're doing here and why. Okay, so this is the set that I bought. We haven't built it yet, but I want the Ninjago sets, the bigger ones that I have. Wrong camera. I don't know what I did that for. All right, I meant to present my screen, so let's go to that. Okay, so this is the set that came out in February, and it's another Ninjago series. I really do like it. I love the crane here, and I just like the whole entire Ninjago vibe. The fact that it's city, but it's very unusual, and it doesn't follow a set pattern. It's just whatever they can imagine, they put through in there. So that's why I like it. So we have this one that we can build, and we're going to build, and I don't know when we're going to start that. But yeah, it's got this big old mech thing that sits on a platform. And anyway, this is the whole reason we're building this Ninjago, so that when I build this one, I do the review, I can compare it to the other Ninjago sets. That's the whole purpose of that. So let me go ahead and let me stop sharing, and let's get back to building. Oh, yeah, so I'm sorry. I told you that we were going to do a News of the Weird, and I got sidetracked. Let's do a News of the Weird. All righty. This one here, I don't know why it's not cooperating with me. It is called okay. It's called Is This Wrong? And yes, I did read it a little bit ahead. Okay, so soccer player Lamine Yamal, he's a forward for the Barcelona soccer team. He hosted a party to celebrate his 18th birthday on July 13th at a rented country house in, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, it's somewhere in Spain. Media gathered outside caught glimpses of not only celebrity guests, but a group of people with dwarfism who were seen entering the house, which sparked an investigation by Spain's Ministry of Social Rights and Condemnation from the associated people with, oh my gosh, I can't pronounce that, and other skeletal diseases. But on July 14th, the radio station RACI aired an interview with one of the people from the party who downplayed the controversy. Now, first of all, just because they're dwarfs, it does not mean, or little people, however you want to put it, doesn't make it a controversy. Let's see. The guy interviewed said, "We are only asking they let us work. We're normal, self-employed people and literally do everything legally. In the show that we offer, we go to the place and dance with people, deliver shots and drinks, and we do magic tricks. I've never experienced a lack of respect while working so far. With all this criticism is screwing over our jobs." And you know something? I agree with him. Me and my friend Jim, we went and saw midget wrestling a while back, and they actually interviewed one of the wrestlers, and they asked him how he felt about it. And he says that the term, being called a dwarf or a midget doesn't bother him. He said because he's using what he has to make a comfortable living for him and his family. So for those who get offended on the behalf of others, go screw off. And I'll tell you what, if you've never seen a midget wrestling thing, you're missing out. That is pretty funny. I really enjoyed going and seeing midget wrestling. And they do the same thing like the WWF and WWE do, where they have those little skits before the match and they talk crap about each other and they have their personas. And I mean, it's just like regular wrestling, just people a little shorter, that's all. Okay, I must have missed something because this is not lining up. Let me go back up. I think it's this right here. Yes, it is actually. Okay. Let's fix that up. All right. So, yeah, like I said, this is the radio station portion of this building. And let's do another News of the Weird here. And this one's called a police report. Now, I have not read ahead on this one, so I do not know what it says. So let's jump right into it. On July 12th, Los Angeles County Sheriff's officers will respond to a call when an assault rifle and 150 rounds of ammunition apparently fell out of their trunk. Ooh, that's a bad look for the cops. Officers searched and retraced the car's route, but were unable to locate their weapon and ammo. But on July 14th, a resident of Lenox, California, returned the items. Oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. Returned the items to the South Los Angeles station after having found them the same evening. Their actions were a powerful reminder of the vital role our residents play in helping keep our neighborhoods safe, said Captain Nicole Palomino. I think you got that wrong. I think your officers need to be more careful so that these sort of things don't happen, and that is a crucial role that gets played in keeping the neighborhood safe. My goodness, can you imagine being the officer who did that? I mean, how do you lose an assault rifle with what would they say, 150 rounds? God, that could have been such a disaster. It looks like I messed up and didn't grab all the pieces I need. So, but they're right over here. I'll be right back. All right. And restoration workers at the 1,000-year-old, oh my gosh, Arch Abbey, don't even ask me how to pronounce that, in Hungary, are busy removing 100,000 books from the Abbey's library in an effort to save them from beetles. The drugstore or bread beetle feasts on the gelatin and starch-based adhesives found in the books. This is an advanced infestation, chief restorer said on the project. We never encountered such a degree of infection before. Oh, man, I almost hate hearing that because I love history, and to hear that there's 100,000 books that are under threat, that's pretty bad. So one thing that I do like about this set, and we're about ready to get there, is this set has a pool table to it. And there are other Lego sets that have had pool tables, but this is a different kind of pool table, and you'll see the design of it here in a second. And yeah, it'll be pretty cool. So let's see this. I don't know why this won't go in. There we go. Okay, so it doesn't look like much yet. This is a radio station, so. And believe me, I am very excited to be almost done with this build. This is one of those builds that surprised me because I didn't think it was going to take this long. But, oh well, it took a lot longer than I thought, but I've enjoyed building it. Okay, something is wrong here. Let's see what it is, because I'm not sure, because it kind of just fades out on me. Oh, okay. Well, I'm missing 2 pieces. I'll be right back. I kind of knew this was going to happen because after laying out the pieces, there was about 10 pieces that were left over, and I didn't know what they belonged to. So I guess I'm finding out very slowly what this belongs to. So these are supposed to be the pool sticks right here. The pool tables goes right here. So yeah, all right. What's another news of the weird? It's called Awesome. I don't know why. Is it like the Lego movie? Everything is awesome. Workers digging a 2-inch wide, 750-foot deep hole in a parking lot at a Denver Museum Nature and Science hit a hole-in-one from the moon. The Associated Press reported on July 10th that the bore was intended to help them study geothermal heating potential for the museum. But what the core revealed was a dinosaur bone fossil, probably from I can't even pronounce that, which lived during the Cretaceous period. I would love to dig a 763-foot hole in the parking lot to excavate that dinosaur, the rest of it. But I don't think it's going to fly because we really need the parking. That is actually really cool. I mean, it's like, I don't know if you guys heard that story of that kid who was just exploring, and he found a megalodon tooth. And this is an older story. It's several years old, but just think about how cool that would be and life-changing that would be, just to kind of just be out doing whatever. And there you go. There's something really, really cool. And these guys were digging for research, and well, they did do research, just not the kind they planned on doing. So that's pretty dang cool. And if you guys missed it, I did release a city update video this morning. And I appreciate if you go and watch that if you got the time. And I promise I won't disappoint. And next week, not only is this video cool, please watch for next week's video. Because next week's video, I'm going to be doing something a little wild in the city. And the week after that, I got something wild going on too in the city. So it shall be cool. The population grew a little bit this week in the city. Yeah, things have been going pretty good with the city. I'm excited about a bunch of ideas. I'm very cautious about sharing it though until I'm actually doing it. So, um, but I will give you guys a hint. On the beach, there is some room to do some exciting stuff, and the stuff that I plan on doing is going to basically, I'm building some shops that are very unusual, but they're exciting, and that's about all the hint I can give. So you'll have to stay tuned and watch it if you want to see it. But yeah, I've been working on it quite a bit. Oh, I didn't really realize this. All this time I've had this set, and I've built it a couple times. There's a dartboard on here. It's kind of too bad they didn't use the tile from the detective's office, because they also had it was a printed one. Anyway, they didn't do it, but that would have been cool. I guess this is a recording studio instead of a radio station, like I thought. Oh boy. Oh, well, I did this the wrong way. So let me do it the right way. Okay, there we go. Yeah, see, it's got this little microphone right here and a little stage background there. So I guess that's supposed to be some sort of recording studio. Oh, I'm sorry. I am a little tired, and I got a pretty long day ahead of me. So, okay. So what? I think I messed this up. Sorry, I got to go back a little bit. And I do have more news of the weird. Like I said, it is one of my favorite subjects because, well, people do some weird stuff. I just pulled my city apart and reworked it, have it half done, and trying to add a road at an angle before setting up any more buildings. Oh, I was a minute behind. Okay. Um, yeah, it is pretty interesting building a city. Like, how do you? I mean, obviously you like it because you're doing a hoarder, but what do you like about building a city? I'll tell you what I like building about a city. I like the fact that I am only limited by my budget and my imagination. And I also like, the dog, his name's Enzo. And he's a German Shepherd Alaskan Malamute mix. Uh, he's a rescue dog that I've had for about 3 years now. So he doesn't really act like a rescue dog anymore. I mean, there are times he does, but I think he's pretty well past that stage, and he trusts me. So, and I'd hope so after 3 years. But as far as building a city, I love it because, like, I go out in the real world sometimes and I take pictures of random buildings, knowing that later on I'm going to want to build it out of Lego. So, yeah. Hey, Enzo, come here. Got to stretch for the whole world to see, huh? I don't know if he'll be talkative today, but a lot of times he does. Hey, Enzo, are you cute? Are you cute? Oh, they can't hear that, though. You got to be louder. Speak. Oh, come on. Speak.
Yeah.
That's better. Thank you. Good boy. Good boy. Boy, you sure are yawning a lot. Hey.
Ooh.
I didn't even ask a question. Look at that. All right, bud. I'm going to go back to the building, okay? Okay. Well, that's decent, and I mean, we do have that in common. I started with collecting. Well, I started collecting way back in the '70s, but and I started with Town back then because there wasn't Star Wars. But as soon as Star Wars came out, I was buying every single set there for a while, for several years, and then they just got kind of ridiculous when they started coming out with the yearly TIE Fighter and the yearly what do you call that, X-wing. I kind of got old after that point because they were just doing different renditions of the same thing, and it just felt like a money grab. So I kind of backed off, and then when they did the second Death Star, I was like, oh, okay. And then they did the Ultimate Collector Series X-wing, the second one. Now they got a third one, and that's when it's just getting to the point where I can't. I just can't support it because it's like it's the same stuff, just slightly different version. And with the large Death Star they did, the second version of it, it was only had 100 pieces more. And when I looked at it, I didn't see where those pieces went. It kind of looked like they just took 1x2 bricks and maybe put 1x2 1x1s instead, and they called it a different build. And I'm not meaning to insult them, but that's what it looked like to me. It didn't really look like a genuine build, if you know what I mean. So I still do get Star Wars sets, but just not as much. And I mostly just do City now. But I really do like collecting Lego and building the city stuff because I mean, you guys see what I'm doing now, and you see, I don't know if I did this right. Oh boy. Okay, how do we do this right? Okay, I did do it right. Okay, cool. All right, so that goes on the bottom here. Okay, because you when you originally build this, you put the sticker on after you build this, and well, the sticker's already applied, so I got to make sure I get this right because I don't want its orientation to be wrong. That sounds weird to say that with all the stuff going on in the world. Okay, so we got a piece of advertisement here, and we got a long way to go. But we're going to go until I can't go no more. I really do want to get this done because I got to admit, this set's almost broke me, man. Doing this again, it's really taxing. And there I go. I used to be an IRS employee, and I'm using the word taxing. What's wrong with me? Oh, boy. I don't know where that came from. Well, I would like to go out to the shop today and work on my city a little bit, but it's supposed to be in the high 90s today, and that shop does not have air conditioning, so it's just going to be really stinking hot out there, and I don't think I really particularly want to be out there, so I probably will not go out there today. This is pretty cool railing. I like how they did this. They used a lightsaber hilt with some bars and some clips here and made it gold. That's pretty cool. Well, I should have grabbed some water before I started this. It's just right over there, so I'll be right back. Okay. Okay. Oh, man. That just feels really good to drink that. Okay. Okay, we're getting to that pool table I was telling you about. And come to think of it, besides the detective's office that has a pool table in it, the Avengers Tower also had a pool table that was a dark blue color. I can't believe I forgot that. So this is the third set that I know that has a pool table in it. And if I'm being completely honest with you guys, which I always am, but I love the Lego product. I don't care so much for Lego the company. And I know it sounds weird to say that because of how much I collect Lego and the fact that I basically breathe, eat, and sleep Lego. It's just that, how do I say this nicely? There's just some things that Lego does that kind of bothers me. Like it always seems like they're just trying to get cheaper and cheaper to make an extra dollar. And while that works for some products, I don't feel like that works for Lego. And the reason I don't feel like that works for Lego is that Lego's just so darn expensive. I don't think they should be trying to be cheaper and cheaper unless they want to give me a price break, which we all know they won't give us a price break. So that's why I'm against them being cheaper and cheaper. For instances, they floated the idea of getting rid of instructions altogether. Well, no, I'm totally against that because one of the reasons that I play with Lego is because of the fact that it gets me away from screens. And if you're putting the instructions online, then you are defeating the purpose of me spending my time with Lego. So I'm against that. No, it's just cheaper because the shipping costs would be a lot less for them if they didn't have the instructions, and plus instructions that are high quality color like theirs are. I'm sure it's expensive. So it's just a money grab by them. And I don't know if you guys remember back in the 90s, they did the Jack Stone series, and that actually almost killed them, the company. And they built a different minifigure, different scale than current minifigures, which meant we'd have to redo our whole entire system if we bought Jack Stone. Well, they quickly learned the errors of their way, and they got rid of Jack Stone. And now it's back to the regular minifigures, but they tried that as a money grab too. And then I hate the fact that Lego keeps talking about their green initiatives to do paper bags. Well, they've been talking about this for a couple of years now, and most sets don't have any paper bags in them. The only time I've ever seen paper bags is when they're trying to protect one of the trans colors, translucent colors. Then they go ahead and they protect it with the bag, but it's so little and so few that I don't like the fact they keep trying to tout the fact that, oh, look at this, we're doing this great initiative. Just shut up and do it. If you're serious about it, just do it. Quit talking about it. And then that's all they do. They just keep talking about it. They don't really do it. So there are some things about the Lego company I don't like. There's a few more. But yeah, and then you've got we already touched on the fact that they recycle sets a lot. That one bothers me because I'm not really into that. I could understand that maybe if they let like 10 years go in between X-Wings or something, or maybe 15 years or something like that, because newer pieces have come out, newer colors have come out, so it'll be more accurate or something. But this almost yearly doing the X-Wing and the TIE Fighter is really, in my opinion, gotten old. And I also wasn't happy with them about raising their prices when the tariffs were rumored. They didn't even go through yet. They just automatically jumped the price. They wanted to get ahead of that curve. I mean, sometimes the things that Lego does is such an obvious money grab. And I just find that very unattractive. And I really don't like it at all. And you guys know that I sell on Bricklink. By the way, there is a link in the description if you want to buy from me, but shameless plug there. But I will say that as a Bricklink seller, I really hate the fact that Lego got their hands on Bricklink. One of the things they've done is the inventory is always off on my store. And since Lego's taken over, there's been two times, that I have gone through my whole entire inventory, counted it, make sure it was 100% correct, and less than a week later, I find problems in my inventory. And what happens is Lego will sit there and they will decide that you're selling a piece that you sold 3 years ago, that you sold out of, you no longer have, and there's no way after counting my stuff, because that's not even a counting issue, that's just going through my inventory and saying, hey, this doesn't exist, and I remove it. Well, I actually didn't have to even do that because it's sold and it removed itself. And so all of a sudden Bricklink says, oh, you have 50 of these, and I don't. And then I got a very unhappy customer. And I think, honestly, Lego does it on purpose. I think they're trying to drive away the small seller. They want the whole entire pie. They don't want to share any of it with any of us, and they will do whatever they can to. And this is just my opinion. I don't got any proof to back this up other than what I've seen on Bricklink, that inventory keeps getting screwed up. And the other thing I've seen is that if there's a piece that is higher valued on the Bricklink, they don't always do this, but I've seen them do this trick where all of a sudden a set will come out and it'll have that high valued piece in there, in the same color that it's high valued on the internet. And there's no reason there's basically no reason to have it in the set. They could have gone around it 100 different ways, but they just randomly throw in a high value piece so that it floods the market, and then it's no longer valuable. And then it really, the sellers who have these pieces are stuck holding the bag. Not the bags that Lego keeps promising us, but the bag. So there's a few things that Lego does I think that's pretty crappy, and those are some of them. So I love the product, just don't like the company. And I also think their CEO, I will say this, I don't know if you've ever heard him in an interview, but that guy comes across to me as very condescending. Like he's some brainchild. And I'm sorry, I'll just say this, man. All the guy was lucky he was born into the family that started this business. I don't think there's anything special about him. In fact, he's the one that came out with Jack Stone under his tenure as a CEO that almost got Lego done under. What they ended up doing was bringing an outside CEO in, and he's the one that contracted with Star Wars to start the Star Wars series. What was it, 25 years ago? And that's what saved the company. It wasn't this guy who's was a CEO. He's like the grandson of the founder. Anyway, I don't have any love for him. I really just, I've listened to his interviews and I've heard him talk, and he's just really condescending and thinks that he's the SH, if you know what I mean. So, and I don't think he really is. I think to be honest with this, since he's taken back over a few years ago, that's where the idea of the instructions being going to online instructions came from. There's a lot of things under his tenure, again, that have been creeping up that I don't like. And for some reason, this will not go. Why will it not go? Let's see if we can do this. Okay, there we go. And it's anyway, those are my opinions. And I'm pretty sure Lego does not approve of that message. Really, me in an opinion, yeah, I do have them. But then again, I got to be careful because growing up, my dad used to always tell me that opinions are like a-holes. Everyone has one and they stink. So yeah, got to be careful. Hi Yeti, how you doing, by the way? Yeah, I've got plenty of opinions. I keep a lot of them myself, but sometimes I don't know. Like I was saying about the Lego company, it gets to a point where it just bothers me. And anyway, enough on that. I don't want to bash them too bad. They do have a great product overall. Obviously, I mean, you know. I actually love how this building has a different color halfway up. It just kind of switches over. Hey, Will, I'm doing good. I just realized that I messed up on my earlier meals plate, and I have to redo a lot of. Oh, sorry to hear that, man. Not that I'm trying to rub it into you, but what happened? Like, what'd you notice? How do I feel? See, that's part of that's one thing I didn't mention during my little. I don't know if I really want to call it a rant, but during what I was saying there, that's another thing that kind of bothers me about Lego is the fact that they keep doing these sets where they do the exclusive figures, and then people are buying it just for the figure, and it's kind of like I don't know if I really want to spend $1,000 just to get a couple of unique figures. I don't, and I saw the leaked pictures of it. It looks bigger than the original Death Star, but I don't know. I don't think it's worth $1,000. Yeah, well, Yeti, I have that problem too. I'm always off one pinhole in real life too. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm coming from too, Yeti. I can't justify it. I mean, $1,000 would go a long way on so many of my other projects. Okay, so we've got this placed. Next, we got to do the next level here. So this is some next level stuff coming up. It kind of reminds me of a joke. Telling something we don't know. Well, hey, baby, you didn't know. I'm just kidding. I really don't care, dude. I'm the one that put it out there. But I got a dumb joke for you, and that is why do elevator jokes work? Or no, I messed it up. Why are elevator jokes funny? And it's because they work on so many different levels. Yeah, I know. I told you it was bad. So, if in case you guys have not seen this set before, this is the set with the working flushing toilet, and we will get to that not very shortly, but this starts the level with the toilet on it. So, I guess we can start some bathroom humor now. That's appropriate. Oh, shoot, that didn't work. Okay. Or hoarder, it's right on so many levels, depending on who you're with and how good they are. I did not say that out loud, did I? No, I did not. I've never contemplated such a ghastly action. And Yeti says, I wanted that Batman Gotham City set just for 2 minifigures, so I ended up buying both of them and ended up only spending about 50 to 60 on 2 figures to where I don't have to spend 300. Yeah, and that might be the way I go too. If I really think the figures are that special, then maybe I'll do the same thing. But I just have a hard time with, back when I was working for the hospital and in IT, and I was making a lot more than I am now, I wouldn't have had a problem buying it. But I got to focus on the few projects I do have going on around here. So I think those projects and keeping those going are way more important than anything that Lego's putting out. Chip is definitely part of Oh, I cannot confirm or deny those allegations. But you can ask Miss Chip; she might tell you. Oh boy. In case you guys didn't know, she's doing okay. I talked to her. She's feeling a little bit overwhelmed with training because it's been quite chaotic. And in case you guys didn't know, Mrs. Chip is a chaplain assistant, and unfortunately, she has to deal with soldiers who pass away. And unfortunately, most of the time when a soldier passes away these days, it's by their own doing, if you know what I mean. So she's having quite the. I mean, she's doing well, but that's going on, and the timing of this particular funeral service is really taxing because they sent the other chaplain assistants out in the field for a 30-day exercise, and she's gone to training on the East Coast, and so they're talking about flying her back just so she can do this funeral service and miss a day or two of the training and then flying her right back to the training. So yeah, it's a little chaotic. And I agree with you, Hoarder. I really wish that didn't happen at all. There's so much to live for. And yeah. Owen, how you doing? Hey, Chip, I built 2 space vehicles. I made some. Oh, cool. I will check that out right after. Well, I can't say right after this because I got somewhere I got to be, but I will check it out today. And I appreciate you letting me know that because I do like watching other people's builds. Oh, shoot. Did I grabbed the wrong piece, didn't I? Okay, well, I'm going to have to. I think it's over there. Man, that sucks. It's especially high-end combat veterans. I had to go through a lot of therapy to get where I'm at today. And, I'm glad you're still here, Yeti. I don't want to get into too much detail, but 15 years ago, I had my own brush with that, where I thought I didn't want to be around anymore, if you know what I mean. And I'm glad that I did not go through with it. And I am missing that piece. All right, Owen. Well, it's good to see you anyway. Hopefully we'll catch you on the next one. But there was one good thing that came out of my experience that I had. I hit that really low, and I promised myself that I would never allow myself to get to that point again. And it's been 15 years, and I've never gotten to that point again. Whenever I start feeling down, I change the channel, or I deal with whatever's bothering me and get rid of it, because I'm not going to go down that road. So. Man, this is just a solid set. And I shouldn't say that because we're going to be building a toilet here. Talking about solid? Yeah, okay, that's funny. Well, we've been going for about an hour. I've got about another 30 minutes before I gotta leave. So hopefully we can breeze right through this and get this done. but my computer has to cooperate with me. It's going really slow right now. I should have just grabbed the paper instructions. I still have it. But I just kind of figured it would get in the way of building this. Hey, Spencer. These dark blue windows, I really like them. At least they're not as expensive as the Emerald Knights. Have you guys ever seen the prices on that? The Emerald Knight, the passenger car's windows. I tried making another car, but I had to stop because the windows were like $1.70 a piece, and I think there's 10 on there. I was like, there's no way I'm spending $10 on that. Oh, I'm off screen. Sorry. Let me pull this forward. That train is almost 3,000 sealed. Oh my gosh, dude. Surprised Lego hasn't tried to capitalize by coming out with a slightly different version that has 2 extra pieces in it. Sorry, I shouldn't say that, but I don't know. Why do I say sorry? It's what they've been doing. So, yeah, I'm actually surprised they haven't come out with a new version that has 2 extra pieces to it. Or it has an exclusive minifigure. Okay, did I really do that? I did. Oh, it's over here. Never mind. Don't get me wrong. I know I just gave him some crap, but I really do like the Emerald Knight set. And yes, I do own a copy of it. I write for like 500. Maybe I didn't understand that. Oh, you're trying to say you might for 500. Okay. I think that's what you're trying to say. And the, what was it, the Orient Express that came out about a year and a half ago now? I saw a guy who motorized that one, and it was throwing parts, though, because it's really fragile. But I thought that was really cool. I meant to say I'm shocked that Lego did not come out. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I actually kind of wish they would come out with another version of it because, like the Orient Express, it has a mail car, baggage car, and then it's got the passenger car. And I kind of wish the Emerald Knight would have had another car to it. And then the other thing too is about like Lego trains. I like them, but I think they go on the cheap side because like they'll build like one tanker car. When have you ever seen a train with just one tanker car? They've always got like tons of them. So I would love it if they do like maybe 2 or 3 tanker cars, and I wouldn't mind paying a little bit more to have the extra detail. Oh my gosh, you saw the sealed one? Oof. The Mazurk train, is that the one you're talking about? I've got that one too, and I like the fact that they had the truck with the refrigerated container included in that. That was pretty cool. Well, I need to stay away from bricks and minifigures because the last couple times I've been in there, they've got sets I really want. One of them is the Ninjago City Docks. I missed that one when it was out, and now it's like $700. So I wish I could get that beautiful blue train. Yeah, the Orient Express that was out there $300 on my spending that kind of money because I don't need a train layout. Yeah, train layouts do take up a ton of room. On my city, I am going to have a pretty good size train layout, complete with the train yard and everything. And I want to do that so I can display all my trains. Not all my trains are motorized. I have motorized a few of them, like my Emerald Knight is motorized. And eventually I would like to motorize all my trains. Hey, Mayo, how's it going? But it's all a matter of relativity, what's important. I love how they put this little thing right here as toilet paper. That's hilarious. So, have you guys ever traveled to Europe? And the reason I'm bringing that up is that in Germany, when I lived there, they actually have these buildings on the sidewalk, and they're public restrooms. You go in, you put a couple of euros into the machine, and door closes, and it gives you about 3 minutes. So if you're not done with your business in 3 minutes, you got to drop in their coin or the door's opening. I remember the first time I used one of those, it was quite distressing. How's it going? I'm back at grad school, but I realize I don't have class on Fridays. So are you living away from your family right now, going to school, or are you able to go to school and still stay with your family? And that's awesome. You don't have class on Fridays. That's tomorrow, or no? I guess for you that's today, right? Because you're across the international date line. Are you in the? I mean, I know that Australia has more than one time zone. But when Mrs. Chip was in Korea, it was kind of weird talking to her because during certain times of the day when I called her, she was actually a day ahead of me. So are you in the same time zone, or at least is part of Australia in the same time zone as South Korea? I think you guys are at some point. If you remember the metropolitan population of the country. Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool. No, I didn't remember that. That's good because that means you get to save money and you get to be close to your Lego. Yep, I'm still going. Although I do like the concept of a working toilet, I will not be copying this in my city. And I missed a piece. I'll grab it. Okay. Well, that's awesome. Here, we don't have to move out of the house. We can drive to or use public transportation. It takes me half an hour by a train and bus. Well, that's cool because it's definitely not this way here, especially where I live. I mean, I live out in Timbuktu, so. All right. Yeah, because where I live, the closest Walmart is 45 minutes away, and it's that's going 80 miles an hour, and I forgot what that is in kilometers. So to get anywhere where I live just takes a long time. Okay, so looks like Japan is in my time zone and Korea is the same as the state of West. Okay, that's cool. So I know you mentioned this before, Mayo, that the majority of people in Australia live in the southern area. They don't live in the northern area because we've talked about that because the dangerous animals that are all up in the north, like the saltwater crocodiles and the nasty spiders that try to kill you and the other stuff. But and I mean, okay, this is kind of a stereotypical question, and I don't mean it to be a stereotypical question, but have you ever seen the kangaroo out in the wild out there? I'm genuinely curious. And hello, Fromania Bricks, how you doing? Yeah, the stream's been going all right today. Just trying to finish up this set. I'm hoping to finish it up today. This is a set that almost broke me. It's taken me 9 sessions to do this, and each session has been, well, one of them was shorter than an hour, but most of them have been an hour or a little bit longer. So today I'm at an hour and 10, and I just figure I've got a little bit left to go, and I really don't want to carry this over to tomorrow. So I'm going to really try just to get this done right now. And I do have another news of the weird here we can throw in the mix here. And this is called Underneath the Pretext of Bright Ideas. And one of the bright ideas is client services in Japan provides many conveniences. Oddity Central reported on July 15th. But one of the most popular is what a product called the OK Grandma. Okay. Oh, I don't know if I really want to read this. It's starting to. Okay, I read a little bit ahead. It's as weird as I thought. Okay. Through this service, people can rent a woman between the ages of 60 and 94 for 3,300 yen per hour. Some of the grannies cook for clients while others babysit or employ their beautiful handwriting skills. I'm sorry. I told you it was going to get weird. Oh my gosh, these people. Try not to be judgmental, but okay. Quote, I want to break up with my boyfriend, said one of the clients, but I can't tell him clearly, so I want my grandmother to come with me. Okay, so they hired a person for 3,300 yen per hour to go with them to break up their boyfriend. Nice. Another client hired a grandmother to fill out their family side at the wedding. Oh my gosh, that is too funny. Only in Japan, dude. Only in Japan. That is definitely one of the better news of the weirds I've read. But in all honesty, I have a lot of respect for the Japanese people. Growing up, my parents had a foreign exchange student at our house for a year. And it was really cool to learn about life there in Japan and the differences. So how many more bags do you have, bro? I think we just have like 2 more bags. And this was already open, so I have to guesstimate on that. But yeah, it's been a pretty brutal ride. That's another reason I just want to get it done today, is I've just been at it for so long. Okay. Let's see if we can't get. Oh, I didn't. Okay, I missed some pieces. Actually, like the U.S., our East Coast is the most populous. Okay. When we're driving 100 miles away, we've seen kangaroos about to cross the highway like a deer. Oh, man. So do you guys have the same problem we do, like hitting kangaroos with cars and destroying them? I imagine one of those would do a number on your car. What's the problem with that build that's making tedious or difficult? Oh, the fact that it has 6,000 pieces, 6,600 or something like that. And because I'd already built it before, all the pieces were in like 2 giant bags. And so that's what made it so tedious, is that finding those pieces to having to fish through that many pieces just takes a long time. And so it's just been really tedious. Like I know you guys don't see this part, but after I get done with the streams, I was sorting through all those pieces and stacking them up like you saw in the beginning of the video over here. And that's what was so tedious about it. I'm glad that it's almost done, though. I mean, that's a positive. And it looks like I missed another piece. I'll be right back. It's over here. And sometimes when you build this thing, when you're building it, you can't find a piece, and I don't want to move forward without finding it. Shoots. I know it's not going to land in there properly. Yeah, actually it did. I got lucky. Okay. I seriously spent 3 hours last night, after my last stream last night, gathering the pieces for this. And keep in mind, that's after most of the pieces were gone because I'd already done a significant portion of this building. So yeah, it's just been a really tedious task, but I'm not really complaining because I do like building it. And it looks like I need to grab another piece that I forgot. And when I come back, we'll have a News of the Weird again. Lego Ninjago Modulars and Monkey Kid makes me respect Japanese infrastructures more than I already did. You know, I really do find, I agree with you. I find it very interesting, the whole entire thing. I haven't really gotten to Monkey Kid too much. In fact, that's kind of an understatement. I don't even own a single Monkey Kid set thing. And nor do I have any of the Dreams. Okay. Monkey Kid is Chinese, but very similar. Okay. I didn't know that. You guys are teaching me something. I appreciate that. This is a very interesting like cell tower thing. I think it's pretty cool. Okay. I don't know if I told you the story, but we had to slam on the brakes to avoid a koala on the road who would puncture. Oh, really? I didn't realize they were that dangerous. Not sure if any American animals that become roadkill can do the same. Not that I'm aware of. That is very interesting, though. I've actually, knock on wood, have been very lucky. I have never, ever in my life hit a deer. I've had a few near misses. And in fact, I had a near miss. Oh, you had a Porter says he's had a squirrel ribcage puncture tire. Okay. All right. Yeah, I had a near miss just a couple days ago. I was going down the road and I was on the freeway doing 80 miles an hour. That's the speed limit there. And these two deer were crossing the road. And as they were crossing the road, I was in the slow lane. And the first deer just kind of ran across. The second one was following him, but a lot slower. And he stopped, but he was going this way. And he was walking slower, and he stopped right on the road. And I was doing 80 miles an hour. And I didn't want to change lanes and go in the fast lane because he was going to dart that way. That's the way he was going. So I just had to hit my brakes really hard, and I heard my tire squeal. And what was worse than hearing my tire squeal was realizing the guy behind me wasn't paying attention, and his tire started squealing, and he almost hit me from behind. I did stop. I didn't have to stop all the way because the deer moved a couple of steps and just barely got out of my lane so I could go around him. And since he was going this way, I felt safe going around him that way because they don't normally turn around. But yeah, that was one of the most awful sounds I ever heard was the guy behind me. I think that scared me more than the deer did because we were both doing like 80 miles an hour, and that would have been a horrible wreck. Oh, great. I just hit something off of here. I think it's this right here. All right, so we got this done. We just have a little thing to do right here. So we're going to go ahead and finish that off. Move all those pieces over. I'm not going to have a live stream tonight. I'm going to take the night off, and then we'll see. I do have some sets I can build for tomorrow. I can start a new one for tomorrow's Mornings with Chip, and it's Friday. They'd be the last day of it, and well, we'll see. I'll try to see if I can get something together because I've got plenty of stuff I want to do. I just got to kind of decide what is it that we're going to do on the stream for tomorrow. If there is one, and then we will continue to build the merchant boat, which is part of the Bricklink Designer Series 4. We'll finish or continue working on that on our next evening stream. Yeti and I have the Fun Hole record store. That's awesome. The Fun Hole record, is that like a mock? I'm sorry, I haven't kept up with new Lego sets. And it sounds bad because here I am talking all about Lego and I don't even know about it. Rumor has it. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed a comment. Must have been a New York squirrel from the Bronx, the toughest sons of you-know-whats. Yeah, son of a bench warmer. Yes, I know all about that. Rumor has it that squirrels outside Yankee Stadium moved west to Nutlug headquarters because they heard about the acorns. Well, yeah, and since I'm known for my dumb jokes, I got to tell one. And you mentioned it. But do you know what the acorn said when it grew up? It said geometry. Oh, Fun Hole's a different company. Okay. All right. Well, that explains some of my ignorance, but not all of it. So do you mind me asking, I've heard that other brands' pricing is better than Lego pricing. What was the pricing like on that set? And how many pieces? So we're building a little sushi store is what we're doing now. And it's the thing that goes on top here. So it comes with lights and bricks that are high quality.
Okay.
Well, I admit I used to be a Lego purist, but more and more that's being shattered because I like the Kobe. Because my friend John that's on here, he likes to collect the Kobe military stuff, and I've seen some of it, and I just think it's really cool. And so the more I see other companies, the more I'm like, Lego doesn't have a monopoly on this anymore. Oh, that is awesome, dude. So he's saying that for the price, you get at least 50% more parts, all print, no stickers. I see. Now that you spoke my language right there, because you gotta know I hate stickers. And you get the lights. Yeah, see, more quality, more bang for your buck. And Fun Hole the Peep Show or Fun Hole Loomy Bricks. Okay, well, I think those are called glory holes, but I don't know anything about that. Well, I do like Brickmania, and not that I'm trying to name drop here, but I will tell you that they have purchased from my store like 70 or 80 times, and I always like dealing with them because they're an easy customer. They pay promptly, and they sit there, and most of the time if they buy something from you, they buy out the whole entire whatever you got. So if they're like buying tires, for instance, and this actually did happen, that's why I'm mentioning it. They bought, I don't remember what size tire, but it was a smaller one, and I think it's for the airplanes. And I had something like 400 of them, and they just bought them all in one setting because they're trying to complete their kits. And I like them as customers because they buy such high quantities, and they pay fast, and it's really easy to put together an order that you have a high quantity of the same thing because you just pull the drawer out, dump it out, and count it. It's real easy. And my son Spencer and I, we went to Brick Slopes a couple years ago, and a representative from Brickmania was there, and it was cool to talk to him. Fun Hole changed their name to Loomy Bricks. Well, I can see why they changed their name. Fun Hole's kind of awkward for Americans. Oh, okay, these go straight. Okay. Oh, no, I put the wrong one. Okay, this way. This has got to be one of the smallest restaurants I've ever seen. That's funny. They did it 2 months ago because people told them how Americans take the phrase fun hole. Well, yeah. That's actually really hilarious. I'm sorry. Cajun says, I just built my first fun hole set, and they're better than Lego on price piece to piece. Well, I guess technically, if you buy, whether you buy Lego or Funhole, you're getting a piece, at least one, at least. Mayo, have you ever built a set from Cada? Never heard of it. But I know you're asking him, but no, I've never heard of it. Is that like an Australian thing, or? I know other YouTubers who run Bricklink stores who know Brick Media buys from them. Yeah, and it's really cool. And they're also just really they're really cool about things like, I've told you earlier that there's a problem with Bricklink's inventory system, that sometimes it adds pieces that you've sold out of a long time ago, or they'll get your count slightly off. That has happened to me occasionally when they've ordered from me, and I just reach out to them and I just let them know as soon as I can. And I'll tell you what, the guys at Brickmania have always been cool about it, and they understand that Bricklink just is what it is, and there's no excitement. I just give them a refund for whatever I'm missing, and we call it good, and we're done. Unless they want to sponsor me. If I bought a small set from them, would you build it or turn up your nose on it? Okay, so what do we got here? We've got Mayo. That's right. As long as I'm getting a piece one way or the other, I'm gonna be okay. All right, so this little thing goes right here, just like that. So let's go ahead, and we've got a little signage thing to build, and we're done. Oh shoot, one of the things came off. I don't know where it goes. Well, it's got a new spot. It's right there. If I gift you that to me at Brick Fair, Virginia 2026, I glad to build it on a stream from my hotel room. Well, that's cool, man. So you're going to Brick Fair, Virginia, 2026. I went to Brick Fair 2018 when I lived there. And I have to say, I was very impressed with the show. Oh, come on, get off my screen. Some advertising popping up in the middle of my stream. That's not cool. I might have to do that, Mayo, if only to get you to see how great they actually are. Remember that and use the force to come to Brick Fair, Virginia next year. That is a very ingenious way of using these pieces that wedges right in. I was so skeptical at first, so I bought the cheapest set. I was interested in the graffiti bus stop for $30. Graffiti bus stop sounds good. I almost feel like I'm playing Tetris here, trying to get this together. I've got a nephew who likes to do photography, and there's a bus out in the salt flats of Salt Lake, and it's got a bunch of graffiti on it. It's been sitting there for years, and he got a really cool picture of it in the moonlight. I'm not trying to give him a plug, but he does sell his work. And of course, my sister, his mom, has a free copy of that bus on her hanging in her house, and it looks really cool. I'm trying to organize a travel party to justify me going. Other people are begging me to go, and I want to see them. Well, hey, man, that sounds like a great idea, actually. You can swing it, man. Have you been to Brick Fair before? Like I previously mentioned, I've been once in 2018. And that was the coolest thing because there was a Bob the Builder there. And I had run into Bob the Builder before, many years ago, like 20 years before that. And I have a picture of my kids in front of it. Okay, that didn't work out. Let's see what's going on here. I got to turn this around because I can't do it sideways. Okay, so if I'm looking at this way, oh, so I got this on wrong. Okay. All right, that makes sense. So anyway, I ran into Bob the Builder 20 years ago, got a picture with all my kids in front of it. And then my daughter, who was in front of that sign as a kid, was with me 20 years later. Oh, man, I'll do that sign later. I just killed it. All right. Definitely worth it. Oh, you know what? I'll just do it. I'm not too happy about that. That was freaking crazy, dude. I don't know what happened there. Just kind of. And I'm missing a piece too now, so. It probably fell on the floor. Well, I won't be able to complete the sign because one of the pieces did fall on the floor and I can't locate it. But I can finish the squid. I like the Ninjago City Markets. It's a little bit bigger because it's on two complete 32 by 32, so it's 64 by 32 base plates. So it is a little bit bigger. The first Ninjago City one I have, it's a plate and a half. So that makes it, I think that's 48 by 32. So just the size is bigger. The Ninjago City one, I think, is a little bit taller, and it has a tree growing through the middle of it. And let's see. I think this Ninjago City Markets and the actual city are the only two Ninjago large ones I have, besides the one that came out in February that I'm trying to get to. That's the workshop one. But I do like it a lot. And it has a lot of pieces, which makes it kind of hard to build. But I do like the result of the build and the fact that there's so much detail. Like what I'm building right now, I don't think I could have ever come up with this on my own. This is a really cool idea. And I'll show it to you when I'm done here, which I'm almost done with it. I can't believe I lost a piece to this, man. I can't finish it because of that. I love how they give the other hand chopsticks. It's actually kind of funny. Okay, so I like how they do this. They give you a little squid with a frying pan and chopsticks. That's pretty ingenious. Okay, now we can place this. Okay, so now we are officially done with this set, except for the sign because I missed a piece. I will put that on later as soon as I find it, or I'll go up to the shop and grab another piece and complete it. But let me turn this around so you can see it. So it does have the, oh, that's this one. Okay, how do we do this part? Okay, so we do have the trolley, which is, I think, really cool. If I were to ever to put all my Ninjago stuff together, I would find a way to extend the tram here. But I do like it, and the fact that these things go up when the tram comes there, so that it doesn't hit it and it arrives at its destination safely. You've got a cell phone store, a radio tower. You've got I guess it's a karaoke place with a pool table over here, a sushi place, a public restroom. There's a noodle shop down here. There's just quite a bit on this one. I love the bridge. The bridge, that's a really nice touch to it, how they use those pieces. Really cool set. The minifigures are in a separate bag. I'm not going to break them out. I do appreciate you guys being with me today. And if you would, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me a comment below and be good to each other and stay safe out there. And I'll catch you guys on my next video.